welcome to another House of Wisdom knife review. And today we have a special treat. We have a knife from CRKT called the Pilar. And to be honest, this is the first time I've ever reviewed a CRKT knife in the history of the channel, and I personally have never owned a CRKT. This knife is brought to us by Blade HQ. It's a Blade HQ exclusive. The CRKT Pilar is a Jesper Voxnäs design knife. It's named after the Ernest Hemingway's sailboat. It originally came with the blade steel of 8 CR13 MOV, Teflon bushings, a stainless steel non-pocketed handle scales, and it weighed a hefty 4.2 ounces. Blade HQ saw that the market wanted something a little better, a little more high quality, and a little lighter, so it made this Pilar exclusive, which has carbon fiber scales, at least on the show side. The clip side is still a stainless steel scale. And it brought the weight down to 3 ounces even, and it improved the steel to 12C27. The blade length on the Pilar is 2.4 inches. The handle length is 3.5 inches, giving a total knife length of 5.9 inches. The weight of the Pilar is 3 ounces. We have some knives for comparison. I have other Jesper Voxnäs style knives. The first one I bring out really isn't. It's a Factor Iconic Compact, and then I also have the Giant Mouse Ace Biblio. And as you can tell, the styles are very similar. This one was so similar that it had to be taken off the market, that the Jesper Voxnäs people complained, and they took it off the market. Here's another Voxnäs design, which is the Odino by Viper, and you can see it has a similar thumb hole on that. So there's some sizes. This is the smallest Jesper Voxnäs that I own, that I've ever seen, and it's a nice little knife. The blade of the knife is made of 12C27 steel and has a sheepfoot configuration. It has a high flat grind and a satin finish. And there's the forward finger choil. Your finger fits in there nicely and you get a good hand grip. The method of deployment of the knife is by thumb hole, and it deploys very nicely. Well, if I get it, I failed there. Okay, the handle on the show side is made of carbon fiber, and it's carbon fiber all the way through. It's not just a sticker. And the clip side is stainless steel on the lock side. There is another high quality knife that I like a lot that has a stainless steel clip side, and that is the Brous Blade Spectre. This one has G10 on the show side and then stainless steel. The advantage to having a stainless steel clip side is that you don't have to use a lock bar insert, because you have stainless steel against the stainless steel blade tang. They're the same strength. So other knife makers use a stainless steel handle on the clip side, and there are some advantages to it, even though it is a little heavier. The construction of the knife is it has a back spacer that extends about half the length of the knife, and the stop mechanism is an external stop pin. It locks it both open, and the stop pin locks it closed. The pivot of the knife runs on Teflon washers, and I'll show you here. You can see the white Teflon washer there, but it's plenty adequate for flipping this knife out. The lock on the knife is a frame lock. You can see it engaging with the blade tang there. There is no lock bar insert because, as I mentioned, you don't need one because it's stainless steel on stainless steel. The clip functions as an over-travel stop. The ergonomics of the knife are very good. It has this forward finger choil, and it's very nice that way. Another knife that has a small knife, which, look, if you were to just grab the knife, you wouldn't be able to get the 3 fingers, but the forward finger choil allows you to do better than that. One of my favorite knives of all time, the blade's a little dirty, but is the Spyderco Dragonfly. It has the 50-50 finger choil, and it's just the perfect size too. And I'm going to put these down so you can see the CRKT Pilar is a little larger, but wow, it just fits your hand just perfectly. It fits like a glove. I really like it. It doesn't have any jimping on the back spine of the blade, but has a nice upward swedge there, and it feels good. And that sheepfoot blade just looks so good. So on the Spyderco Dragonflight has a 50-50 finger choil. This finger choil encroaches onto the handle too, but it's not quite a 50-50, but they did it in such a way that ergonomically it feels just fine in your hand. The action of the knife I mentioned is by Teflon washers, and it's by thumb stud deployment. The thumb stud is oval because that's a Voxnez design characteristic, and it deploys just fine. The signage on the knife, on the show side it has the CRKT emblem and maker's mark on the blade. The handle on the carbon fiber is sterile. And then on the clip side you have Pilar Voxnez design. It has the model number, which in this case is 5311 CF1, so that's not so important to me. And then it has the maker's mark on the clip, also the CRKT. Interestingly, the clip is either right or it's a right-hand carry, either tip up or tip down. Interestingly, it comes to you in a tip down instead of a tip cup up configuration. Most people like tip up, but it's easily to remove these two Torx bits and then flip it over here. Of note is that there is no spacer tab filler. Some other knife makers, I'm going to use Rick Hinder's XM18, they have a reversible clip and they put a filler tab in the other side. This one didn't. I'll show you a knife that didn't do it. This is a really cool knife. It's an inexpensive knife too. It's the Maxpedition Excelsior, and they didn't put a filler tab in it. And I really like the extra fit and finish that a filler tab adds, but this is a low-end knife and you get it for $50, which brings us to the value section. This knife goes for $50. It's a bit more expensive. When it came out initially, it was about half that price, and they bumped it up because they had the higher quality steel and the carbon fiber scale here. I think it's worth the value, though. So what do I think about the Jesper Voxnez Pilar from CRKT? I really like it. Are there opportunities for improvement? I think so. First of all, I think that they could use a better steel. They upgraded to the 12C27, but to me that's an unknown steel, and I was unable to compare it with anything else in the literature. Since LA Police Gear came out with the TBFK, I'll put a picture of it up here, with the S35VN steel for only $50, for me, it reset the bar on what a budget knife blade steel should be, and the competition is having problems keeping up with that. The other thing I think that could be improved is they didn't use a filler tab for the clip attachment that's not being used. The Hinder XM18 has it. The Maxpedition Excelsior doesn't. I think it's a nice issue of fit and finish if they fill that up. What do I like about it, though? I think the price is great. This is worth $50. It's a great price for this knife and a great design. I like the design. It's a Jesper Voxnez design, and you can get it at a good price. And I like that they brought the weight down of the knife by adding the carbon fiber scale to 3 ounces, and the carbon fiber just feels great. I like that they used an improved steel. They went from 8 CR13 MOV to 12 C27, and I like that improvement. And I like the size. With the forward finger choil, it just fits perfectly in my hand, and it's not too big. It fits in your pants pocket and it doesn't get in the way. So who would this knife be for? This knife is for the guy who wants a Jesper Voxnez design but doesn't want to spend over $1,000. For him, the CRKT Pilar is an inexpensive iteration of a world-class designer, and it's well worth it. Well, that's the video for today. Hope you liked it. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you on the next House of Wisdom knife review video.